Have you ever stopped in the middle of a sentence and thought, should I say write down my name or write out my name? Fill out this form or fill in this form? Today we are going to learn the most common phrasal verbs with write and fill, plus a special bonus verb that from now on you will use every day. Remember, a phrasal verb is just one regular verb plus one small word called a preposition. Today, our main verbs are write and fill. Our small words are down, out, in, and up. Together, they form units with new meanings. We use write down to quickly record some information, a number, on a piece of paper or a phone, so we don't forget it. Here are some examples. Hold on, let me write your email address down. Please write down the instructions for the printer. I always write my passwords down in a safe place. Now you, choose your option and say the sentence out loud. During the team meeting, I always write down the... Good job! Here is the pattern. Write plus down plus information. The verb is separable. It means that you can say write down the note or write the note down. But if you use pronouns, it must go right in the middle. So, write it down. You can never say write down it. We use write out when we write information completely or in full detail, or when we write like an official document from start to finish. So it takes longer than just a quick note. Please write out your full address on the contract. The boss asked me to write out the full plan for the project. The doctor wrote out a prescription for the sick employee. It's your turn again. Choose your option. Before I send my email to the client, I carefully write out the... This verb is also separable. You can say write out the text or write the text out. If you use a pronoun like it or them, it belongs right in the middle. So we can say write it out. You can never say write out it. We use fill out when we complete an official document or a form by adding all the requested information. Here are some examples. Did you fill out the survey online? Please fill out this job application form. It takes 20 minutes to fill out the tax papers. Now you say your sentence out loud. To request a vacation day, I must fill out the... Pattern is fill plus out plus form. We can separate this verb. You can say fill the form out or fill out the form. When using a pronoun, we should place it in the middle. Fill it out, but do not say fill out it. Good job so far. Well, the next one is quite interesting because there's not one, not two, but three meanings depending on the context. Let's look at each of them. Fill in means the exact same thing as fill out, but with smaller amounts of information. To write inside the blanks on the form, not the whole form. Don't forget to fill in the date at the bottom. Here is the pattern for writing information. Fill plus in plus blank. The second meaning is to temporarily do someone else's job because they're sick or on vacation. Sarah is sick today, so Mark will fill in for her. This phrase is inseparable, so you must keep the verb together, like in fill in for her. You can never say fill her in for. Finally, the third one means to update someone on news. Fill me in on what happened here. Here's the pattern. Fill plus in plus person plus on. This phrasal verb is separable, but we usually use a pronoun to give someone new information, like in fill her in on the situation. Your turn. Look for all three meanings here and choose your option at the end. When my coworker goes on vacation, I usually fill in for her. That is why I need to fill in my name in the schedule table. After she comes back, I will fill her in on the... Very good. We use find out when we learn new information, discover a secret, or get a fact for the very first time. I need to find out what time our presentation starts. How did you find out about the new job opening? We called the company to find out the price of the software. Now you choose your option and say the sentence out loud. I need to check the company website to find out our... The basic pattern is find plus out plus information. This phrasal verb is separable, but only when using a pronoun. If you're using a noun phrase, it usually stays together. So, find out the truth or find it out. You cannot say find out it. Great job! Now listen to this short office story and notice all the phrasal verbs we learned today. My manager gives me an important client's phone number. I quickly write it down on a sticky note so I don't forget. Next, HR gives me a new contract. It is long, so I take my time to write out my full legal name at the bottom. My coworker Jane is sick today, so I also have to fill in for her and answer her client phone calls. Finally, I check my email to find out if our big afternoon meeting is cancelled. Then I sit down to fill out the employee insurance forms. Now let's make your own version. Answer these questions in full sentences out loud. Where do you prefer to write down notes? On the paper or maybe on the computer? Is it common for you to fill out application forms at work? How do you usually find out about important news in your company? Now let's test your skills. I will give you sentences with some mistakes. Pause the video if you need, try to fix it, and then check your answers with me. The client gave me his phone number, so I took a pen and wrote out it. Are you writing a short and fast note to remember it, or are you writing a long, full document from start to finish? The client told me his phone number, so I took a pen and wrote it down. There are two problems in this sentence. Write out means to write a long, complete piece of text. When you are simply saving a piece of information, like an address or a phone number, so you don't forget it, use write down. Second, the word it is a pronoun. It can never sit at the end of a separable phrasal verb. Please fill in this 5-page employment form and give it to HR. While fill in can mean writing small words, what is the most natural phrasal verb when writing full official documents with many pages? Please fill out this 5-page employment form and give it to HR. In business context, both fill in and fill out mean to fill blanks with some info. But there's a small difference. We use fill in when writing specific information like a line or a name at the top of the document. When you have a document like an employment contract, native speakers, especially Americans, will almost always use fill out. Michael is on vacation this week, so I'm going to fill him in at the office. Is the phrase fill in for separable or inseparable? Michael is on vacation this week, so I'm going to fill in for him at the office. This mistake happens because of a confusion between two different meanings of fill in. If you say fill someone in, it means to give them information or update them on news. Therefore, it should be fill in for him. I checked if the meeting was cancelled, but I couldn't find out it. What is the rule for the pronoun it? Does it go at the end or in the middle? I checked if the meeting was cancelled, but I couldn't find it out. The phrasal verb find out means to learn or discover a fact. You can say find it out or just find out. Don't forget to write out the room number on your notepad before you go. Is this about a quick, short piece of data to later remember it, or is this about an official document? Don't forget to write down the room number on your notepad before you go. Well, a room number is a very small piece of information, and write out is used for writing something in full details. When your goal is to simply make a quick note, use write down. Now you know how to use everyday phrasal verbs with write and fill. In my next video, we'll explore some essential phrasal verbs with look and listen. If this lesson helps you, don't forget to like the video and subscribe for more practical English lessons. And remember, once you see the pattern, you can't unsee it. Bye-bye.